Well, looks like I'm going to Montana. Got here when they told me to, and they're all at lunch. Apparently, they abandoned the whole place for 45 minutes every day. They're all here, but I can see them hiding around the corner. So I called dispatch, asked for something different to do. I said, "You got anything going out west?" She says, "What?" I said, "You got anything going to Billings?" You know, she's like, and she immediately was like, "Yes, I got one." Well, I realized why. I forgot it was Sturgis week. No. But I asked for it, so I can't complain because she gave me exactly what I asked for. So we're waiting here for them to get off lunch here in a couple more minutes and go back and find out what my trailer is, and we'll get this thing going. Lunch is over. Let's figure this out. Oh. So we're done. Got the trailer number. Should be still in the door. Let's get this thing hooked up and get out of here. We've got these trailers that have lift axles on them, and some do and some don't. And truthfully, I hope I get one that has a lift axle on it, because they pull so much nicer, and you don't have a second set of axles causing drag. So get this stuff started here, do my computer work, which is always nuts, and we'll get on the road. I said it was still in the door. Oh, here it is. So, hey. Alley-oop. So we're getting ready to go. Gotta swing up through Sioux Falls, put some fuel on, grab me a shower, and then hit 90 and start heading west. The fuel line is absolutely ignorant right now. So I think I'm going to go take a shower. Wait for this thing to dry up, and hopefully half of these guys are off their 30-minute break when I get back out. So we'll try here in a bit. So it's the usual cluster over here. Oh, yep, he made it. I don't know, I'm gonna give it another 20 minutes and I'm gonna order a pizza to go. They only got 3 pumps up right now, and it shows no sign of stopping, so I guess I'm going to order my pizza, head on down the road, and go to the next place. And it's probably just going to be the Flying J, because as much I hate filling up there, that's kind of where we're at this point. Well, I got my pizza. Air National Guard's out doing their thing today, so that's always fun. I like watching the jet fighters. But I think I'm gonna have to go to the other place. This is just, it's a mess. They're down to 3 pumps, and it's still backed up. I'm gonna sneak out the back way and head over to the other place. We'll get fueled up and we'll get out of here. So we got the pump going on both sides there. Had to go inside because the keypad doesn't work, which is typical. So I'm gonna clean the windshields. I got some cleaner I'm gonna put in. I've been meaning to do anyway, so why not? And running slow, and then we'll get on the road. Well, this is a little quicker. Still painful, but these trucks get out of the way here and away we go. So we're at the Loves here in Box Elder tonight. Was gonna go about 5 miles that way, but I decided not to. So we're gonna call it a night tonight, but it's been absolutely a beautiful drive if you're into this, or a pair of grasshoppers mating. Knock it off, you two. But you can really see the mountains off in there, and it's just really, really beautiful out here. Right at the foot of the Black Hills, so be taking off early in the morning. I could have probably made it the whole way today, honestly. I was really booking it, but I got all day tomorrow. I'm getting up early, and with any luck, I'm hoping to be unloaded by 10 or 11 tomorrow, a day early. Make some phone calls and see how that happens, but we're gonna call it a night. I've been doing some editing. I lost everything once, had to redo it all. So let's get some editing done, and then we'll go to bed, and we'll see you in the morning. So it's the next morning. Not quite as early as I would like, but it's about 4:45, 5 o'clock local time. You can see the sun starting to come up. sitting here doing my walk around real quick and trying to decide which route I'm going to take. I run the numbers last night, and the time is exactly the same, despite the fact that the miles are different. I'm going to show you this here. So the route taking the interstate I-90 all the way up, 10 hours 35 minutes, 752 miles. Not bad. That's from Sioux Falls there. So change it up, and let's get back to the other one here. 10 hours 32 minutes, 697 miles. So 6 one way, half a dozen the other. But this is in a car, so you can add 15-20 minutes to either of them, and it's kind of a moot point at this, but yeah. The only thing that scares me about going up Route 212 is it's dark. You're out there on the res, and weird things happen out there in the dark. Not just wild animal, but there'll be people in the walking down the road, and just typical reservation stuff. So that's something to keep mindful of. A buddy of mine got the crap scared out of him because some guy picketed all his horses in the ditch. The guy thought all the horses were in the road there for a minute. I'm a buddy of mine. It's stuff like that. It'll kind of give you a little bit of pause if you're not really looking for it. But if I go the other way down the interstate, I've got a couple of scales and, basically a chunk of Wyoming to deal with. So I'll figure that out here in a bit. And away we go. And here's the road to go down to Mount Rushmore. That was where I was going to stop, but I decided no. Used to really enjoy going into that one. I just was tired, and I knew I wanted a shower in the morning, and I wasn't going to do anything, but go to bed, so I guess the loves sufficed. One of the things I absolutely love about this job is getting to the top of a hill and seeing the whole city roll out in front of you. Albuquerque's like that. It's in a bowl. And if you know how to look at it, when you come, it just all of a sudden just opens up. It's really beautiful at night. It's a hole during the day. But at night, it's really beautiful. And if you know where to look, you can actually follow the original Route 66 through the middle of town. If you know, because you can follow a stream of lights through the town. And that's always kind of neat. One of the reasons I was heavily considering going across the interstate rather than up 212 was because it's bike week. And while everybody's doing a lot of things in Sturgis, they got a whole lot of time. So there's going to be a lot of guys up there on motorcycles tooling around, just doing their own little private tours and whatnot. And it is a beautiful drive. So that was one thing I'm considering, but it's early enough in the morning that all the drunks should still be in bed. So we can hope. But if you're fueled on meth, well, you're going to be up for 3 days. So let's keep on 90 West here, 90 West Gillette. We're just about out of town. I don't think I'm going to open it up as hard as I did yesterday. And let's get into Wyoming. Oh, well, so now we have this. Antifreeze was a little bit low. That's the problem with these trucks. They consume a little, and sometimes I think the APU actually burns more antifreeze than people think. You'll put about a half a gallon in every 6 weeks or so. I guess it was just my time. So let's get going. One of the odd things I've come to realize about this low water light is if the low water comes on without the wrench, it's the sensor. If it comes on with the wrench, you need water. But that's not a hard and fast rule. So this truck just takes a little bit of getting used to. So yeah, we're just about to our turnoff. I think we're going to take 212 across. It's early enough in the morning, and like I said, it'll be a nice drive. So the interstates out here get to be a little sterile, so if you can see something, you might. Part of the reason the light didn't come on till now was because it's cool out. It's 66 degrees, and the thermostat opened up and sucked it down. It just sucked it just barely below the line, so it didn't take hardly nothing to fill it up. So as we get closer to Sturgis up here, oh hey, that's the Black Hills National Cemetery. So that's pretty interesting. As I was saying, as we get closer to Sturgis here, there's campgrounds, makeshift campgrounds, and stuff just popped up everywhere. So I'm glad it's early. In a couple of miles, we'll be getting to the turnoff to go towards Belfouche, and we will take the state highway up to 212. So that'll be interesting. This is kind of a weird place. There's nothing for miles, and then suddenly there's, well, oh, that's all full up. Judging by the cop lights down there, I'm sure someone had a good time. But then you'll have 4 or 5 good towns, Sturgis, or Piedmont, Sturgis, Deadwood, Lead, the whole gambit through here. Real Old West kind of stuff. like the mountains. I'd rather like them in a car than a semi-truck. I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid, we lived in Denver. I lived it off and on in Denver for years because that's where my mom lived. And we'd go up and camp up in the Rocky Mountain National Park. So seeing all the pine trees in the mountains and stuff reminds me of all that. When we moved to Denver in the late 70s, camping was all the rage, and we camped a lot up into the 90s. So kind of reminds me of that. Well, that was my trip to Billings. I'm still in Rapid City again. And the water pump went out. We'll see you next video.
Baby, read the fine print. I've got baggage and it's all Gucci. Don't get too attached to me. Everybody act like the answer. One love like in the movies. Wasting precious time assuming